Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Zach again, and welcome back to finally the third part of the Hearthstone tutorial. Dummies series, whatever. Reason this is so late is because I actually had the third part recorded a few times, but it was using Fraps and another recording software other than this, and when I tried to get it to work, it did not work. And it records in higher quality, which is better than what you're seeing here, which is Hypercam, I believe. No, not Hypercam. Maybe? Whatever it is, I'll put an annotation if it was wrong. But sadly, Fraps doesn't seem to be working on my computer, so we're kind of stuck with a crappy quality. I turned, if you go to options, which, by the way, if you didn't know this, you should probably do it. Unless your computer can handle it, you should probably set it to low, because the quality is almost negligibly different. Like, you can barely tell depending on the levels. But if it's on low, then it is just smooth sailing. It's much faster, so that's just a little thing that you should do. I don't know if I told you that in the previous episodes, but if not, it's here. So what are we going to do in today's episode? Well, I figured that since this is going to be a fairly short series, just detailing some of the basics from tutorial up until how to make a deck and the different classes and stuff like that, we're going to go ahead and do that first thing I said. Second thing, after tutorial, making a deck, which we will do after another thing, which is to go over everything in the menu. Boring, whatever, monotonous, but needs to be done, so we'll do it. Play, pretty self-explanatory. It says play against an opponent of equal skill. Keep in mind, when they say that, they mean another human opponent, and if you're just beginning, like I am with this account, especially if you can't even access the arena at this point, I would not recommend doing that. I know some people can pull it off, but I still am a firm believer that you should practice with your decks in the solo adventures, which is against the AI, or the adventure mode, which is, I'll just click on it to show you. This is practice. You stay on normal. You can't even do expert at this point. Yep, it requires unlocking every class, so you're on normal. And this,
my preparations cannot be stopped. You are
whatever he said, yes. That's adventures, which you can only unlock after you, again, have every class. So I recommend not only getting every class, but getting them all up to level 10. That's the most monotonous part of the game. But if you can get it out of the way, not only do you get good practice with every class, you can pretty much figure out, almost from that point on, which decks you like using. For example, for me, mine were Priest, Hunter, and sometimes Rogue. For a while it was Mage at the beginning because that's the deck they give you, but I found out later on that the more decks I experimented with, Priest was my favorite. And while they nerfed Hunter pretty badly, sadly, yeah, it's still one of my favorites. And then Rogue was just always one I liked. So, on my main account. On this one, we have absolutely no cards. It's the same as when we left off last time. But yeah, so this is, yeah, we've already gone over this. The arena is, well, I'll show you what the arena is after we've unlocked every hero. So don't worry about that yet. That's nothing for beginners. Open packs, pretty self-explanatory. Open packs that you buy. This is where you see not only the levels of every one of your heroes, and when you go up in levels, you get cards specifically for that class. For example, it shows here at level 2 you get Frostbolt for Mage. And once you get past level 10 for each of them, that means you've gotten all the basic cards. You'll just start getting golden versions of the cards that you were given. So really it only matters to get them up to level 10, but then you can get cool golden cards which just look good. But yeah, that's your main goal. Your first major goal, I would probably say, apart from completing the quests which are given to you daily after you unlock every hero, is to get them all up to level 10, because that not only gives you 100 coins and will unlock some extra bonus missions that give you a ton of coins early on. Like I said, gives you practice, gives you a lot more cards, and it's just a good thing to get out of the way early. Shop, again, pretty self-explanatory. You can buy a single pack with the golden coins that you get in the game, or you can pay real money and get a bunch of different things. This is the adventure thing. On my account, I played it when this first came out, so I have the first wing done, and I'll probably buy the other 4 wings. But on this account, I have none of the wings unlocked, because now they're not doing it beta or whatever. See, this is like all the adventure is locked from what I understand, so you need to buy it. So they do have some good cards. I don't know if I'm going to recommend it or not, because you either spend 700 coins per wing or spend $22 euros to get it yourself. So it's your choice if you think it's worth it. That was not what I meant to click. But yeah, we'll worry about that later. This is your buddy list. When you battle people, you can hit add to add them, or then just remove them. Self-explanatory. Your current balance of coins and your options. That's all done. So now, as the main part of the video, we are going to make a basic deck from the cards that we have. Alright, so obviously the only deck we have that we can do is Mage. There's nothing else we can use. So if you're a complete beginner, you can obviously just go to suggest a card, and the innkeeper will be nice and give you some ideas that you can use. And generally speaking, they're pretty good. They're not the best, but he does give you some really good suggestions if you're just starting out. But as I am not just starting out, I do have some idea of how to make a basic deck. Keep in mind, I'm not someone like Trump who can like make a basic deck out of like, I don't know, whatever, paper clips, and then manage to take it to legendary rank. I can't do that. I'm not going to have like an ultimate deck prepared for you with like ideas of what exact commons you'll need. But this is just basic recipe thing that you'll need to get the other classes, and then get this one up to level 10 probably. So for this, I would just recommend taking all 10, because you can have up to 2 copies of any card in your deck. I'd recommend taking all 5 of these mage cards, class specific, because they're all very good spells. They're even good later on, especially Fireball, Polymorph. So yeah. And we're just going to go ahead and take some very basic cards. Elven Archer, Acidic Swamp Ooze. This is a staple in most decks anyway. Sure, we'll go Voodoo Doctor. Do we have much spell damage? We don't have much. Well, no, I think we'll save that. 2 Novice Engineers. It's always good to have that. Let me think. We'll take some of these. It's a Raid Leader and Shattered Sun Cleric. Very, very good level 3 mana cards. Good for any deck. 2 Chillwind Yetis. 2 Dingoes, as they're commonly referred to. 2 Gnomish Inventors. 2 Archmages. Let's go ahead. I think we took a bit too many higher level cards. Let's get rid of a Chillwind Yeti. And let's get rid of 2 higher level cards, and then get rid of an Archmage. Take 1 higher level and 1 lower. Let's go ahead. No, Boulder Fist Ogre is pretty overpowered, to be honest, during the beginning, so you might as well just take 2 of him. I really like the Archmage, but I'm not entirely sure if we need it for this deck, because we really don't have much spell damage. You have this. Spell damage basically allows it to have a card like Fireball, for example. It's a good one. It deals 6 damage. Since Archmage says that spell damage +1, that means it will deal 7 damage. But in a deck like this, where really there's only that, and that, I believe. Yeah, the other 2 spells don't have it. It seems kind of pointless. But in a lot of mage decks, they run that. In my main one, I do. But let's see here. Let's just take Murloc. It's not the best card, but it'll get the job done. It's fine. And before we go, before we end this episode off, I'm just going to explain a couple things for you to remember so you can make your own deck. Because this isn't the best deck. I probably could have thought of better ones, but it was done on the spot. And a lot of these cards are very good, so it's fine. But a couple things to remember: effects of cards. If there's no text here in the box, obviously it doesn't do anything. It's normal. If it says Battle Cry, as it says here, it does something when you play it from your hand. So as soon as you play it from your hand, it's done instantaneously. You need to use its effect. So in most cases, some cases, if the effect cannot be activated, it's fine. Taunt. You've already seen most of these, but it's just to solidify it so you can have a good mix of different types in your deck. Taunt makes it so that your opponent has to attack this minion instead of you. Charge means that as soon as they're played, they can attack the same turn. Let me see. Spell damage I've already said. Do I have any divine shields here? No. I don't think I do. Oh well. There's a couple others. One of them is Divine Shield, which means that the first time that minion's damaged, it ignores the damage. And Wind Fury, which means that the minion can attack twice a turn. Those two I don't think I have any cards from, because this is just the complete basic thing. I could have sworn they gave you more cards at the beginning, but oh well. I guess we'll unlock them later on when we go through the different decks. So, basic mage. No. Starting mage, because we're going to go ahead and improve it. Usually, the first time you make a deck, the innkeeper will pop up and say, oh, very nice. That deck looks good. Stuff like that. I can't do his voice. I love his voice. This is, like I said before, third or fourth time we're trying to record this, so, yeah, him saying that is long gone. But that's it, you guys. I'm going to leave this here and end off the video on the screen so that you guys can make sure that you have the checklist done. If you want to copy this deck, that is perfectly fine. It's not, like I said, it's not the best deck. And people like Trump, like I said, who's my favorite Hearthstone player, he can make the best out of nothing. So he could probably come up with a starting mage deck that could go up the ranks to at least rank 10. That wouldn't surprise me. I know he's done it with the basic mage, but that included a couple commons, but I'm assuming he could probably go pretty high with something from the very beginning. So, yeah. But this is it's a good deck to start with. It's similar to the one I had when I started, and I did pretty decently. So when we come back next time, and it will be soon, I'm just going to have to stick to using Hypercam. I'm sorry, guys, but otherwise, I'm never going to get a video out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, catch you guys later. See ya.